Chelsea Football Club submit a £48 million bid. Romeo Lavia, Liverpool have had 3 bids rejected thus far for the midfield player. He is their primary DM target. Chelsea, not completely out the blue because they've been linked to him many times over the course of this summer and towards the end of the last campaign, but they have now come out with a £48 million bid, confirmed by David Ornstein, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, and this does not mean as of now that they are pulling out of the Caicedo deal. That is reported as still being on. Make sure the like buttons are hit right now. Subscribe, turn on bell notifications. I feel like we've been waiting for this moment all summer where one of the big boys genuinely tries to hijack a rival. The 10th of August is here. My God, this window is just getting heated up. Let's go. Liverpool fans will be crying. Liverpool fans will be fearful. Liverpool fans will be pulling their hair out. If they're not already bald, they'll be pulling it out. This is disastrous news this evening for every Liverpool supporter on planet Earth. Fabinho gone. 1 bid, 2 bid, 3 bids rejected. They haven't impressed Southampton so far with their bids. They've frustrated them. Chelsea come in with the biggest bid of the summer, £48 million, with Chelsea looking to complete the hijack of one of the most talented young midfielders in European football. We all know his story. Started at Man City, didn't get the opportunities there, left, joined Southampton, and Southampton went down, but he as an individual had an absolutely brilliant breakthrough season. Towards the end of the campaign, Chelsea were interested in him for over a year, by the way. This isn't new for Chelsea. Last summer, Chelsea were linked with him, but the deal didn't go through. Arsenal have been linked, and the likes of Miguel Delaney. And listen, Arsenal could be involved in this very soon as well. I'm going to tell you why in a few moments, so stay with the Terrace on this. Liverpool, though, were the front runners. Liverpool put all their eggs into this basket. They looked at Amrabat, and Amrabat said no. They couldn't afford the likes of Jude Bellingham this summer. Enzo, they were looking at earlier on in the year. Of course, he went to Chelsea. There's another midfield player, Caicedo, they've been priced out of. Liverpool fans are in dire straits here if this goes wrong. When I mentioned Arsenal as well, Miguel Delaney has tweeted out again some more information stating that if Arsenal get rid of Balogun, it looks like he could, Arsenal will target a 6. They'll target a new 6. Could they also now go in for Lavia and make this a 3-way tussle and tug of war, if you like? It's going to be very, very intriguing indeed. But as of now, what we know is that Chelsea have put the bid in. I want to read it to you out here what David Ornstein has said. He stated that Southampton tonight have received an offer from Chelsea for Romeo Lavia. Chelsea proposed 48 million, including add-ons. Closest anyone has come to the Saints' 50 million valuation to date. The 19-year-old is subject to multiple rejected bids from Liverpool. Dialogue continues. Fabrizio Romano has stated that Chelsea have submitted a formal bid to Southampton for Lavia worth 48 million. Negotiations ongoing between the clubs as Liverpool's last proposal was worth 45 million and rejected. So it's very, very intriguing indeed to see what goes on. As we said, Ben Jacobs has confirmed via his Chelsea sources that this does not mean Chelsea are pulling out of the Caicedo deal. The one deal, though, I would look at and go, will they still go for Tyler Adams if they land Lavia? Maybe, maybe not. It's looking very... That midfield suddenly at Chelsea's, everyone said it's empty. Suddenly it could have Caicedo and Lavia, Tyler Adams in it with Enzo Fernandez. It's young and a little bit inexperienced. But in terms of ball quality, physicality, Premier League proven elements to it, it's got all of it, barring experience. What a midfield that could develop and turn into. But as ever, I want your thoughts and what you're feeling. We've got Canadian Cam coming on. We've got Sam coming on. We've got, of course, man like KJ coming on the show. It's going to be a bit of an old school football terrace stream tonight. So make sure you stay with us. Hit the like. And the show is a bit late going live, by the way. It's actually out tonight. Very rarely do I go out. I'm old. Tonight I was out. And all summer, I've been waiting for a big story to break. The one night I go out in the week and it broke. So you can all thank me, Chelsea fans, for this happening. Because if I'd have stayed at home tonight, 110%. But I had a few glasses of wine while I was out, and I got a bit of a same-day hangover. So I thought I'd pour a little vodka and some soda so the headache goes away. And we're going to have a little chit-chat tonight. This here says, hey, Terry, do you think Liverpool fans should be FSG out? Any single Liverpool fan that is not slamming their ownership is a disgrace. Listen, they run the club. They did a brilliant job of getting the club to the top, but they have lied to their fans at Liverpool for years about a lack of investment, the reasons why they don't spend. Remember, just go back to November and look at all the stories. They were getting Caicedo. They were getting Jude and Enzo. It was their media feeding those stories. And look what they've ended up with. They could start the season. Listen, the season starts. But by the way, they don't sign Lavia by noon. By noon on Friday, he can't play in the Chelsea game. Either team can't. They don't have a DM. They have no one to play in that role. And this is the team that should be challenging for a Premier League title. Liverpool fans should be fighting hard against their ownership right now. It's a disgrace they get treated like this. Chombe says, I won't cry because I want communist Merseyside to feel what we've been feeling for the past 10 years. Love that from you. Proper fan there. Get Caicedo, hijack Lavia, hijack Kudus, done. Listen, if Chelsea end if Chelsea end their window with Caicedo, Lavia, and Mohamed Kudus coming in, listen, there's a phrase with all those players have got, which it's got a bit of a bad reputation, but I'm going to say it anyway. They've got great technical ability. They've got the technical ability in those three players is off the charts. But they also have what I think is important in the Premier League now, and that is power and pace. They do have that. And I know that sometimes certain players of certain ethnicities, that's all they get spoiled. Oh, they're power and the pace, they're power and the pace. And that isn't the thing with these guys. There's so much more about them. But if you've got technical ability coupled with a bit of P&P, stardust. Some players have one or the other, but to have both and all three of these guys do, that would be colossal. Absolutely colossal for Chelsea. F this club, I'm watching rugby from now on. Yeah, listen, Sarim, I feel you, bro. I feel you and I make you right, brother. Look, I'm going to bring out my little panel on tonight's show. If anyone wants to phone in, let us know. We'll share the link for you guys. Staffy here says, just here to remind everyone that Liverpool are finished, is what Staffy says. Remember those football gods, though. Remember them football gods. But I hear you. Listen, is this mad as a Man United? No, as a Man United fan, I'm happy. As a working class person, I feel sad. I don't like these billionaires treating working class football fans this way. However, we have the power. We have the power. It's as simple as that. How is Paqueta an £85 million player? Listen, let City do that, please. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They're signing Paqueta while Man United are getting Mason Mount. Jeez, levels. That's the wine talking. That's the wine talking there. This the chain reaction that sets everything off. It could be. And I hope at the end of it, it ends with Man United signing Harry Kane. That's what I hope, bruv. That's why. Listen, Goldbridge tweeted something yesterday where he said, if what he's heard comes true, Man United are going to be cooking this year. I don't know if he used the word cooking. I'm probably paraphrasing. But I'm like, listen, I hope Goldbridge is right about this one because that's what I want. A little bit of Kane. Robin the Bin Dippers is what Neil says here. Liverpool should be a big club and hijack Caicedo. It's not going to happen. It really, really, really isn't going to happen. I was looking for a noise. No, the laughter works. It's not going to happen. Roman's ideals will never leave our beloved Chelsea. Is what Jiggy says here. Right, panel time now, people. Keep them super chats coming. KJ's here, Cameron's here, Sam is here with me. I actually want to go to Sam first on this because obviously you're a Spurs fan. Sorry, a Liverpool fan. How you feeling, bro? And you are on mute before. There we go.
My head's gone. My head is gone. My days. This club won't finish me. This club won't finish me. We took 3 weeks to make 3 bids. In those 3 weeks, there was a difference of 7 million, and we still couldn't bring a bid of Southampton's asking price. We've allowed Chelsea to come in with a bid that is closer than what any of the bids that we put in. If Chelsea get this deal done, we deserve it. We deserve that. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I mean, it tops it off from what Phil Neville said yesterday on, I think it was the overlap. I think that's what the show is called. It had to take a Man United ex-player to say everything that he said for things to sink in about this club and these owners. Oh my word, these owners. Oh my word. I've said this multiple times on this channel. I've been on these owners for time. Since 2018, I did not like what they were doing, but I said I'm going to give them a chance. From the 2019-20 season, I said I want these guys out because they've just lied. They only care about money. They do not care about the club. They do not care about the club. It's only just a profit to them. No investment. They have failed Klopp. Klopp has made his mistakes. I'm not gonna cape for Klopp. Klopp has made his mistakes. But my word, if you look at this summer transfer window in isolation, you cannot blame Klopp for anything. This is all on the owners. Whoever is around the transfer is on them. I'm tired, Terry. My head is gone, and I hate
what's
football.
interesting?
I hate football.
I was talking about, we were talking about Liverpool earlier on tonight, off camera, and this is not a dig at what Klopp built, because his team that he built was amazing. They built a team through buying, not so much. Listen, I thought when they bought Van Dijk and they bought Alisson, with the amount of money they invested in those two individuals, were buying a star in already made. But a lot of their signings, the Manes and Genies, none of these players when they first signed them were seen as like superstars, and they turned them into a great team. But I remember saying at the time that, having watched Fergie build a team from kids and brought in sort of players that nobody expected Cantona to work, because he was considered okay at Leeds. Does that make sense? He wasn't looked at as the star that we turned him into at the time, and we built this team with kids. From that point, we could never do that again, because you're at that standard. What you had to do is add, so you can try and bring academy players through, but if they weren't ready within a year or so to be of that standard, you had to buy people to replace them. It's what City do as an example. You know, if Cole Palmer's not good enough, they don't persevere. When a player gets too old, they sell them before they're past their best and they reinvest. And Liverpool haven't done that, and it's become a problem. And I think where things have really gone wrong is Liverpool fans have just gone, it's okay, we'll just build another team and be title challengers again. Like, history shows Liverpool fans, it doesn't really work that way. You can build a team initially the way you did, but also now you're competing in an era where Arsenal are looking like they're getting back to their best. Maybe Man United are going to be the best they've been in a decade. City is still amazing. More clubs have money. And you went for a little period where everybody was quite trash when Liverpool were at their best. That doesn't mean you guys weren't amazing, but maybe it was easier for you to sign players. Only a year ago, Man United were getting rejected for players to you. How much has changed in a year is crazy. KJ, what is your take on all of this, bro?
Sam, man, I got a little rendition for you, and people in the chat might know this song. And join in the chat if you do. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. Hey, listen, Samuel, that is what FSG feeds you every single season, my brother. And your fan base fall for every single time, bro. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Well, guess what? It's not all right, my friend. All right, listen, it's not all right. Liverpool Football Club are in trouble. They're in trouble, bruv. This ain't Bob Marley FC. This ain't Three Little Birds FC. Nothing is all right. You got a bird on your chest, but it ain't three of them, my brother. You know what I mean? It's just one sorrowful bird on your chest, man. It's peak, my brother. Listen, FSG. Listen, I don't care. I've been calling them out for a few years now. They are only good to get you so far. Now it's time to maintain being at the top and continue being at the top. They can't do it. They need to rely on big sales like the Coutinho deal to fund up where there was. And even with sales of Henderson and Fabinho, they're still not using that to fund for the rest of your team. So what happens now? Honestly, it's disgrace. It's not just the Lavia thing. The Lavia thing is like the tip of the iceberg. It's the fact that you need 2 DMs and you haven't even got one. It's the fact that you need a centre back, haven't even got one. It's the fact that you've had no actual right back to back up Trent since he's been in your team. He's been there for how many, 6-7 years now? How have you not had an actual right back that can come in and fill for him when he's not on form? You've had Milner filling in. You've had flipping kids filling in. You signed a right back in that Ramsey kid. He was injured when you came in, never played him, and now he's on loan to flipping Preston. This is a mess. Liverpool are a mess, and I don't want to hear it from Liverpool fans saying, oh, no, but look what Klopp has done. Look at Klopp has been screaming this summer. He needs players. He normally goes along with it. He normally is happy-go-lucky, ha, 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 smiley Klopp. You know what I mean? That's what he normally is. Hugs out everywhere. He ain't doing that this season. This year, he was like, yo, I need my centre-backs. I need my midfielders. Help me. He's Kevin Hart right now in that sketch. Help me. You know what I'm saying? He's screaming for help, and your club just won't give it to him. It's peak, man. Honestly, I do feel for Liverpool fans.
KJ, sorry to cut you. What you just said is the most important thing. Klopp has now stated that he wants centre backs. He wants midfielders. So there's no excuse anymore where people are saying, "Oh, Klopp was just going on with the what the owners want," saying, "Oh, we don't need more midfielders." He's actually been speaking out, and guess what? FSG have not delivered again and again and again. Oh, do you know what, Tom?
You know what it is, yeah. There's no point of being FSG out. There isn't, because the same problem that Man United have with Glazers out is the same problem you got with FSG out. The fan base are not in the same accord. You guys are so busy fighting Hussam and Kurdish and them man there to even realize that you're just doing the FSG's bidding. You're focused on the wrong things. You're still going to games. You're still selling season tickets. You're still buying the merch, buying the kits. Where do you think they're gonna go if you keep doing that? Like they're gonna stay
110%. And look, I understand it's that, like, I've actually done a video to the Sam situation. I just haven't released it yet. I haven't had the slots in there's been so much stuff going on with Chelsea's allegations that came out. I had to do a video on that, but I just look at it this way, and I know people don't like hearing me and KJ say what we say. If you're not happy with your owners, do something about it. But it's the truth. It's the cold hard truth. The difference is most Man United fans know our owners are bad and say they're bad, but still fund them. There's a lot of Liverpool fans that won't even say it. There's a lot of Liverpool fans where it's almost, remember the Wicked Witch of the West, the Green Witch from Wizard of Oz? You throw water on her and she melts. I think some Liverpool fans think if they say something negative about the club, they're going to melt. Especially, and I mean this with respect, especially and you'll know this, Tom, especially the local born and bred Scousers. So why I call them communist Merseyside. It's like they're too scared to say what everybody else knows, what everybody else is thinking, what everybody else can see. And that is that FSG, they run the club well in terms of keeping you profitable and sort of maintaining a certain position in the league. You're not in crazy debt or anything along those lines. But what they don't have the appetite for is to build a brilliant team and then keep that team brilliant consistently. It's fallen away. And I still think signing just Lavia as your DM is a problem, because I think it's going to take 2 or 3 years for him to become an absolute star. No, I can't think of a 19-year-old DM who's been signed by one of the biggest clubs in the world, anywhere in Europe, who's been able to come in and dominate for 50-odd games a season, which is, by the way, your main 6 in every team barely gets rotated. They miss a few games. If you actually look at the main six in most clubs, they play, especially Premier League and Champions League, every single game, or Premier League and Europa League. Lavia is not ready for that at 19 years of age. So that in itself is a problem for Liverpool. It absolutely is. But the fact that you may go into the start of the season with no DM, with only, 20 days of this window remaining is crazy. I want to come to Canadian Cam, but we need to hear from Tom Little because, mate, how are you feeling right now?
I look at this situation and I look at the biggest shambles this football club has done in the transfer market since Jurgen Klopp arrived. They've spent 5 weeks, 5 whole weeks. You find out, as these sagas drag on, you get stories come out and you find out details that you never really thought you knew. A lovely little piece of information is our director of football doesn't work in Liverpool. He spends the majority of his time in Ibiza. He works on the phone in Ibiza. We basically just pay him to go party in Ibiza and do one transfer bid a week, which gets rejected straight up. What are we doing here? We knew Fabinho was going for 3 weeks because we had the dog saga. We had the fact that the club that he was going to was actually transfer banned, so they couldn't even buy him. It weren't like Fabinho, the bid came in, 2 days later he was gone. It was Fabinho's bid came in, 2 weeks later he was still at the football club. And yet still, throughout all them 2 weeks, we sat on our arses, twiddling our thumbs, doing nothing. Get ourselves into the situation when we actually need to get the DM. Spend 3, 4, 5 weeks on him. Get nowhere. Chelsea come in. Don't mess around. Step in there with 48 million. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if this one got accepted. And I wouldn't be shocked if Southampton, if we came in with the same bid, just told us to do one. Because we've taken the piss out of them. They've said from the start, 50. We want close to 50. 50-50. And we go 38, because that's going to do something. 41, because that's going to do something. 45, because that's going to do something. You're playing with fire and you're going to get burnt. Ultimately, this football club hasn't been run well since 2019. We are the only football club to actually win the Champions League and then have their marquee signing be fucking Adrian. Adrian, the man who's never went for a transfer fee, the man who's going on to his 5th season at the football club, despite being the worst third-choice goalkeeper in the league, was our marquee signing. We got away with it because we won the league. But that set the precedence of just underfunding, under-supporting. These owners bought a mid-table club that had aspirations and that had expectations of top 4. That's what they had. That's what they bought into. They got a very good deal on that as well. They then managed to get that club and turn it into they turned it into a top 4 club. They managed to get that top 4 club, turn it into one. And then what ultimately happened was that top 4 club, they never increased the funding, but they managed to get it to it managed to, by some miracle, end up being a league challenging one. It managed to end up being, title winning one, Champions League winning one, but they never increased their funding because they got lucky. They hit the jackpot. They went from Brendan Rodgers to jackpot.
Tom, though, it's also interesting, right? It's also about who your club. Sometimes it is about your owners, and I've always said that about Man United. But it's about who you employ, because we're behaving better in the market. Look at the money we're getting for some of our sales this summer. Look at the fact that we've got, whether people like our signings or not, let's wait and see how they turn out. But every signing Man United have made thus far, we have got between 20 and 27 million pounds cheaper than the clubs were demanding. But that's because we have new people doing our negotiations. If you guys still had Michael Edwards, this still would have been done.
Don't get me started on the way the club is being run internally at the minute. It's a shambles.
And this is why I always say to people, it's about the owners, because the owners are accountable for who they employ. When FSG got the right people in to run your club, they were yielding brilliant results. You were selling Jordan Ibe for 20 million and getting people like Mo Salah for £7 million more. That is impeccably running a football club. They have now employed whoever's doing the deals is a donkey, because you guys have gone from getting stars for cheap amounts of money to not being able to negotiate your way. You guys couldn't break your way out of a wet paper bag right now. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The two deals I've done this summer have both been release clauses.
That's not even the thing. The first one wasn't even done by the new fella. The first one was done by the old fella. We kept the old fella around for a bit so we could do the first deal. So the second deal, Sob Sly, which involved failed negotiations at the start, where we ultimately bent to the will and paid the release clause, that was him. At the end of the day, this football club in the past 3 years has just made a catalogue of errors internally. We went from, at one point, being arguably the most well-run club, or at least the most well-run top club in the Premier League, if not the world, to being a shambles that has brought a FC Köln director of football out of retirement to fund this 3 week, not 3 week, we're paying him for 3 months, 3 month party sesh in Ibiza, while he just fails to negotiate any transfer at all.
Oh my God.
It's not even like we're working on multiple deals either. It's just Lavia. How have you spent 5 weeks and 3 bids and not got anywhere? And then Joe Shields, I don't even know who he is. He rocks up and just does the business. He just does the business. 5 weeks. 5. And we've managed to get nowhere. We are now behind on the centre-back search. We are desperately short in midfield. And this is what we're doing. We're sitting there having parties in Ibiza. Whoop-de-doo. Can't wait for another year.
Do you know what's mad, Tom? Do you know what's mad? I don't know what's worse, your transfer window or your tash. It's a mad one. Like, I still want to go to Canadian Cam. We've got a Chelsea fan with us, Matt. We haven't seen you all summer. How you doing, bro? And give me your reaction to this breaking news tonight.
Yeah, I mean, big up, Terry. It's just crazy. I mean, I woke up like 25 minutes ago. I'm scrolling through Twitter. I'm like, what's going on? Another thing, and another thing, another thing. Everything keeps coming at once. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's just shocking. I mean, you look at us at the start of the season, and I said at the start of the transfer window that this is going to be a massive window for Chelsea. And obviously, we've seen the exitings coming. I've missed a lot of, what's been happening on the show, and I've been very happy with a lot of the exitings, as you could tell, Terry. I mean, Mount Havertz gone be doing a lot of fantastic deals, and to wake up and see Lavia, Caicedo, possibly Tyler Adams, the board is really pushing, and the board wants us to win. And I've criticized the board, and I'll take a massive L for that. I've criticized the board, but I'm looking at it now, and we are a serious club. We're a serious club. We want to win big. We want to win big quick. Lavia, for me, I don't mind Lavia. I think he's a great player. Caicedo, for me, is number one priority. You get Caicedo, you get Enzo, that's top 4 confirmed. Right? Lavia is just an extra, the icing on the top of the cake. Right? It's good depth. He's young. He comes in soon. He develops. I don't think he's ready to start tomorrow. Like, you can't just run him and put him in the team. Like, if Liverpool buy him, I think that's need to get someone else. I don't think he's ready just to walk into a team and start tomorrow. He needs to be developed into a team. And you've got people around him like Enzo Fernandez. You've got people, again, like Caicedo, who can develop him for a couple of years. And I think he'd be an absolutely fantastic player. So I will definitely take him there. And, I mean, for 45, 48 mil, you come out of nowhere, you get him in. It's just classic Chelsea. We did this for Mudryk. You just come in, you bid, we get him. That's what happens when you're a serious club. That's what happens when you're a big club. We've always been the big bros. We've always been the big club. We're going to come in. We're going to be strong. We're going to be big. So we'll see what happens, man. I think, and I'm not sure. I think Tyler Adams is still on the list. I don't know if that's still happening if we get Lavia. So that's probably 3 midfielders by the end of the weekend. And I'm hearing Caicedo is going to be done by the weekend. So, yeah.
This is what Bowley said to John W. Henry.
That's the difference between me and you. Because while you were sitting around, waiting, doing niche, I was out making moves.
You know what John W. Henry's doing? John W. Henry's buying ice hockey teams. John W. Henry's trying to buy some more American teams. He doesn't realise that I don't care about the Boston Red Sox or whatever. Ultimately, I don't care because I don't watch baseball. Liverpool Football Club is bigger than anything else in your portfolio. Bigger than any.
That's the difference between me and you. Because while you were sitting around, waiting, doing niche, I was out making moves.
Why they killed
Curtis
Michael
Jones. Curtis Jones
God.
is actually going to start.
Donny, I'm
before
gonna go
us
to
at
Donny in a
the
minute. I need to hear from Canadian Cam. He's waiting a while. Talk to us, brother.
I got a few things I want to say. First off, I mean, Tom alluded to it. We were at one point the best ran club in English football for what a fucking year. The best era ever in Liverpool's history. 1 Champions League, 1 Premier League. It's over. It's beautiful. For me, the only thing worse about this is the team that's taken it to them is my second most hated team. Everybody knows I'm not a Chelsea fan, but
we
I'm
know
also
that. We know
like,
that. Don't worry.
yeah, and at the end of the day, like I've been listening to people all summer talk about teams overpaying, teams not doing the right things. Oh, United overpaid for potential. Rice not worth 105 mil. Enzo 120. If you're going to be playing with the big boys, you have to act like a big boy. And I understand that Liverpool did some good business with McAllister. Sure, cool. When it got Soboslai, when you needed a DM and a team, that to me is what's crazy. You went and spent 75 M's on a player that you didn't need. This reminds me of Gakpo all over again. You did not need Soboslai, technically. It's not a player you needed. You needed
we did.
No, you didn't.
We
Okay,
we lost Henderson. He's the Henderson replacement.
Okay, so
We've lost 5 midfielders this window. We couldn't have just been McAllister.
Good game of football for you at all last year. I just sit here and listen to people talk about, oh, Henderson's the reason Trent sucks because he yells at Trent and he doesn't take him serious. Henderson
Exactly. So we needed the Henderson replacement.
Henderson he was addition by subtraction. Don't talk to me about Henderson. That's like me being like, oh, we absolutely need to find a replacement for Fred and Scott McTominay. We don't. Those guys just going, we're cool. We'll bring in Manny. We'll bring in other people. Don't talk to me about Henderson replacement, this or that. You didn't need Soboslai. You did not. The team is ran.
We had one midfielder left.
I mean, at the end of the day, you still needed to focus on a DM before anything. At the end of the day, you need to focus on that position.
Wait,
we lost 4 centre mids and 1 DM.
6 people.
I understand, but at the end of the day, you can find players similar to Soboslai a lot more than you can find players similar to Declan Rice, similar to Moises Caicedo, similar to Lavia. Those players are not available right now. Go fine. Tell me, run me through all the names of the DMs out there that you could go out and get if Lavia goes.
Listen, Gallagher's about. Gallagher is about.
So anything, my point is, you guys really didn't do the right things to begin with. And then you sat on your hands, you thought you were cool, thought it was all good. And everybody needs to kind of chill with this whole American owners thing. Like, because Todd Bowley's coming in and showing people that it doesn't matter if you're American, you just got to want to win. This man just wants to win. And when he came in and I was telling everybody in the chat, everybody's like, oh, another American. I'm like, listen, this dude's mentality over in the States is win at all costs. That's what he wants to do. And that's one thing I can't hate on where, like, I'm Canadian, so don't think I'm trying to back.
It's always blame the American.
Like, always blame the American. Nothing to do with it.
Always blame the American.
People blame the Americans because the Glazers came in and didn't care about the club. And same with FSG. You know what y'all should have done? Reach out to your boy LeBron, who jumped on the bandwagon, ask him to break off about $7 million of his $46 million he makes a year to give you that extra bit of peas you needed to get Lavia over the line. Because this dude was all invested. Look at me, LFC. Yeah,
I don't even think he owns. I don't even think he has.
Do you know the thing for me? Do you know the thing for me that stands out? I remember I was still working in London at the time, and I remember doing a stream in Mayfair, where Liverpool fans were telling me, now we've got this new Nike deal where we earn 30% of the merch all sales. We are going to blow everyone out the water. The new stadium, and we're going to do this financially. That was in 2019 because
they said they were signing Mbappe. They said Nike will pay for the Mbappe transfer.
It was before lockdown. It was in the November of 2019. I remember having this conversation. I was out in the street when I used to walk in the streets doing my streams. 2019. You fast forward, we're getting on towards 4 years from that point. And I understand, and this is what helped FSG. The COVID year, everybody spent less. And they've carried on going. You know, like a lot of, like, all the British supermarkets say things like, oh, we've got to put all the prices up because Brexit makes things more expensive. Yet they're all making more profits than ever before. The energy companies say we've got to put the prices up because energy costs more money now because of the situation with Russia and Ukraine. Yet they made an extra £1 billion profit, even though they said their costs went up. It's what FSG are doing to Liverpool fans. They're like, oh, the world's in, financial crises and costs of living and COVID, so we can't spend as much. But every other person is spending and they're pocketing money from you. And you and you guys have, any of you that have bought the kits, you're accountable. Anyone renewing their season tickets, you're accountable. And this super chat here says, Terry once said FSG are a top four owners at best and not winning title owners, and I couldn't agree more. Klopp performed miracles, therefore FSG wasn't blamed. 2 big L's already with Jude and Lavia. So look, I did say that, But I said, look, they did a very good job of building the squad. I just said they would never invest to keep you at the top. And then maybe you'll build another team in the future that can win again, but it might be 5, 6, 7 years down the line. But you also have to, the situation may not be the same. If you've got Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea, for instance, and City, all at the peak of their powers over the next 4, 5, 6 years, you won't be able to develop a team like that because those teams that are performing better than you will snap up the talent that you could get when you were the team at the top. That's why you got to strike while the iron is hot. This here from Nathaniel, hope you're well, bro. Says Caicedo and Lavia, that's better. I'm definitely on board with this. Raise the standards is how big clubs should act. Side note, FSG are con artists, is what Nathaniel says. Thank you, bro. This here says, where do Chelsea finish with Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia? I'm going to throw that to Don. Where do you expect to finish if you sign all the other two and have that as a 3-man midfield?
6. You know what it is? I didn't expect to be coming on here talking about Lavia, in all honesty. I didn't expect to be coming here talking about Lavia. But I don't know, man. It's tough, but those are good players. Those are good players, to be honest. Because I think what we can do with Lavia is actually play a 4-3-3. But I still don't. The depth is unknown right now. I think we can push for top 4. I still think we need a striker, someone else to come in for Jackson right now. Broja, I don't think is fit. Kudus will be good, or Elise, but Elise is still injured right now. So it's hard to say because I don't think the business is completely done right now. So I'm not really going to predict just based off of that. I think we still need a little bit more, in all honesty.
More. That's all you
lovely problem he's got.
Honestly, I know, I like that.
Problem that man's got right now.
This is why I like Don. No, that's level. That's level-headed because on a level, Lavia is still unproven, right? Caicedo still has to make the move to the big team. We know he's got talent. We know but we've seen it with a bunch of players. They don't always bang when they go to bigger teams. So on a level, I think Chelsea's building a squad that's still got a gel. So I like the fact that he's not coming in here saying, "Oh, see." If I was on streams earlier with Don before back in the day, I probably wouldn't hate Chelsea as much. I say that right now because on a level, you have to be level on this whole thing. It's great that we're all laughing at Liverpool for missing out, but Chelsea's still building a very young team. Caicedo's 23 years old. Lavia is 19. These kids are all young. They're still going to take time to gel. It's great for Potts. The fact that their coach is Potts, this is what he does. So I don't love watching it because I think in a few years they're going to be terrifying, but I honestly don't think it makes a huge difference this year other than really making them being trashed. Because without Caicedo, without Lavia, Chelsea were going to be barely a top half side. But with those two players now, with Poch, I do believe you guys now can at least fight for one of those European places. But
yeah,
I
think what it does, if we bring in Lavia and Caicedo right now, I think what that does for us, it definitely brings us back into the top 6, 100%. But in order for us to get back into that top 4 that I want to aim for, I think we need a little bit more than that. I don't think Lavia is enough because we were looking at Adams, but I was still saying bring in a Kudus. Do you know what I'm saying? So even though I'm saying we can play 4-3-3 with Lavia, we might still need to go to 4-2-3-1 in certain games. Do you know what I'm saying? So we still need to bring in a little bit more. For me, I want to the midfield now. I'll still bring it.
Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Adam. That's 4. That's quite.
Yeah, but I'll still bring in Kudus because he can play on the right as well. He can play on the right. He can play up top if we need him to because we've only got Jackson as it stands. So and we can play him in midfield as well.
Kudus over Elise.
Well, as it stands right now, Elise is injured. I'd love Elise, but I don't think we'd get Elise and Kudus if we bring in Lavia, in all honesty. So that's how I kind of look at it right now. If we bring in Elise as well, brilliant. That'll be brilliant. But I need to see what we do at the end of the window, man. I don't think Lavia is enough to get us top 4.
I'm sitting there going, we could get 5 signings. I'm sitting here going, we haven't even got another DM lined up. We spent 5 weeks on. We've got no one lined up. He's going, well, we might not get Elise, but we got good.
There's quite a few Scousers in the comment section that are saying that you're always happy when it goes wrong. They think you're a blue nose.
Oh, do you know what? No. Hassam was on a stream earlier, and Hassam was having a go at me because I was too positive about the situation. I can't fucking win.
Poor Tom, man. Poor Tom. Caught in the middle of the Civil War.
Dan here says, we take Lavia. You can have Gallagher for 40 million. Maybe that's what they'll end up with now. Think of other DMs out there. Who can they go and buy? Realistically,
Adams. They can have Adams.
Yeah, we've taken him already though. He's coming to Chelsea.
Adams, Elneny.
I don't think we'll sign all 3. I don't think we'll sign all 3.
Scott McTominay.
You know, it's funny, right? If they end up with someone like that, it's like they're going back to the Aquilani days. Do you know what I mean? I love this. I love this.
Exactly. That's where they're going back to. And this is why I'm here. This is what I'm here to address. Do you want to go to the
I'm going to come to you in a second. I'm going to do these super chats here. This says, didn't they say that? So the reason they hired the director of football at Liverpool is a sense of humor. Maybe this is a big joke he is playing, and we'll laugh about it. I doubt it. I know Andy's a Chelsea fan, so he definitely doesn't think that. This year says they were asking for Trent in midfield. He's the 6, I suppose. Oh yeah, Trent's going to be your new 6.
That's a great.
Oh wow! Blaze here says, imagine calling Todd B a madman when you have FSG. For Sam just pulled out lit content. No joke. Chelsea need Caicedo to get. I think it means Caicedo to get an EPL loan.
Oh no, Cassidy.
Oh, Cassidy. Sorry, Cassidy to get an EPL loan.
He's going Leicester. He's already going Leicester.
Would you take Cassidy? There we go. Thank you, Blaze. Yeah, we're going to have Dom Hussam on Straight Facts Friday afternoon. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
You need to put that show forward, bruv. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Big Steve's doing one tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I've got to get him and Hussam on the same one tomorrow afternoon. I'll have a chat with him, or maybe we'll do a double header. Joshua Jack, I haven't seen you all summer, son. Hope you're well. He says that Liverpool in 1 year lost out on Caicedo, Lavia, Jude, Mount, Colwell, Enzo. The only targets they got were basically hijack deals, which any club can do. I think you mean buyout clauses, which any club can do. That is actually mad when you think about, and I know like some Liverpool fans didn't want Mount, but your manager did and you didn't get him. That's absolutely crazy. Of course, smash the like button, people. Thank you very much, Luke Skywalker. Klopp might become the end of career Papa Wenger. Oh, he's definitely going to be angry. I love when Klopp's angry, though. Klopp angry is my favorite. Chelsea aiming to get back to 35 players is what Anthony says here. They'll sell people. Tom Little's girlfriend. Oi, Tom.
He's a Man United fan. Okay.
In a Man United kit. Mate, you love that, don't you? That turns him on when she wears that Man United kit. You can tell. I told Tom that Liverpool should have bought Lavia instantly, and he told me, what was it saying? Precedence. Tom has a big. Oh, I wonder what she was going to say then. Oh, and a small package, man up. A big ego and a small package, man up. Oh, Tom, your missus is out of your bruv. Oh, poor lad. Just here to laugh is what Memphis says here. But speaking of here to laugh, we're going to leave that one up for a while. No, we're not. Staffy's here with us. Long time no see, Staffy. Liverpool, they haven't lost out yet, but they could be losing out on Lavia. Talk to me.
I'm here to laugh too. I mean, I saw there's a party going on, and I'm like, all right, Canadian Cam is on, KJ's on. You know, so I'm like, you know what? I want to be the third Man United fan on there. Well, Terry, we know you're an Arsenal fan. That's why I didn't count. But listen, man, listen. This is what happens when you don't prepare well, okay? These guys have been, what was it, 2 seasons ago? They were talking to me about a quad. How do you go from a quad to getting rejected by a 19-year-old? Well, not rejected by him, but you can't get him. This is your big summer transfer. A 19-year-old. You know what happened when we were outside the Champions League? We went and got Casemiro, a Champions League winner, for 60 million. Splashed the money, and we got him right away. No, I'm just talking about last season. I could go through more. I'm just talking about last season. You know, speaking of needing a DM, we went and got the best one. The guy won man of the match in the Champions League final, and we were like, you know what? Come to us. We need you. We're not in Champions League, but we need you, and we got him right away. And these guys can't get no one.
What Champions League final did he get man of the match in?
Casemiro?
Yeah.
In the one against you guys, you should know better.
No, we did. Courtois did.
No, it wasn't. It was Casemiro.
Courtois.
It's either that or actually, I might be wrong.
That's right. It was Courtois.
Actually, I might be wrong. It might have been the Super Cup. My fault. It might have been the Super Cup. But anyways, you know my point. We just went and got the best DM in the world of that season. The guy just won a Champions League, and he came to us. And you guys can't get a 19-year-old. There's differences. There's levels to this game. You guys are going back to where you deserve to be, okay? Because you guys competed for a quad, didn't strengthen, didn't do anything, couldn't even prepare nothing. And now look at it. 2 years later, you finish outside the top 4. You can't attract no one. You're making fun of everyone around you. You're making fun of Chelsea for spending. You're making fun of Arsenal. You're making fun of us. Every time we try to talk football to you guys, you're holding on very dearly to that 7-Up cup because you have nothing better going on. And look at you today. The same team, Chelsea, that you guys are making fun of might get Caicedo, might get Lavia, and you guys are sat here with Curtis Jones and Trent in your midfield. You guys are so obsessed with inverting Trent into that midfield that you forgot to build everything else. You have nothing else. Your only 2 transfers were release clauses. You can't even negotiate. So, just to sum this up, I'm not even here to talk football. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just here to troll. I'm gonna have my fun for like 2 minutes and leave. Canadian cow, I see you're laughing. Listen, this is what I'm doing, bro. I'm just here to troll for a couple minutes and I'm gone. You know, you guys are done. I told KJ the other day, make sure you put me on the top 6, or let me know what the top 6 is, because I want to give my predictions for the league coming up. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be on it tomorrow, so I'm doing it today.
This changes everything.
It doesn't even change anything for me because my prediction stays. And KJ could tell you that 2 days ago I said the same thing. I said, put me on the top 6 show so I could tell everyone that these guys are not going to make top 5. This confirms it for me. You guys are not making top 5. The only reason I'm saying top 5 is because of the whole Champions League thing. I put Chelsea ahead of them. If you guys go watch my my show with Igal the other day, I said the same thing on the show. I said they're gonna be ahead of them. They're gonna be top 5, and this just confirms it to me. These guys are getting 2 DMs while you guys have none. So enjoy Curtis Jones, enjoy the 7-Up Cup, enjoy whatever you guys been enjoying the past few years because you're going back to relevancy, and this is where you belong.
All right, Staffy, you said a lot there. I have to step in now.
Go ahead, bro.
With everything that you said about us finishing outside the top 5, if that doesn't happen, would you come back at the end of the season and have the same 100%. Energy and not run and say that you're wrong?
100%. 100%.
Okay, cool. Second of all, it seems like you had a lot of things hidden in your chest.
I hate Liverpool. I hate Liverpool. I'll say it very proudly. I hate Liverpool. I am an Egyptian too, and I hate Liverpool. I hate them so much. I hate them more than anything in life. Think of the worst thing in life, and I still hate Liverpool more than that.
Love that. I love it. 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 Get it all out. Get it all out. Is everything all good now?
No, go ahead. Calm down. I'm calm, bro. Life is good.
All right, cool.
I'm not the one making streams and spazzing out and saying FSG out, FSG this, FSG that.
Also, Glazers in.
This is not about the Glazers. Don't do that.
No, I'm just Glazers in.
This is not about the Glazers.
No,
Why are you
Glazers in.
twisting that?
Get the knowledge scarf back out. Go on, get the knowledge scarf back out.
Am I so angry? Am I so angry to the point? Listen, I am not angry enough to make a Glazers out video and just go live right now and talk about them. You guys are rattled for a reason. Your YouTubers are doing. Your YouTubers are going live, making donkey noises because they're pissed. They're rattled.
All right, so just name the YouTuber. It's Husam. It's Husam. It's just Husam.
Sam's my boy. He knows that. It's fine. Yeah. I'm dissing him, but he's my boy. He knows that.
All right, cool. But what you're saying is a little bit disingenuous because Man United fans have done the same with the Glazers. They've made videos of Glazers out and stuff like that. So let's not do that.
And you had your fun with it, so I'm having my fun with it today.
Cool.
I'm not missing out. I'm not missing out for the world, bro. Listen, whenever there's a Liverpool funeral, I am the first one there.
I'll tell you what, considering how relevant we're supposed to be, we have so much space in your head for you to be this angry.
Isn't it? The thing is, though, Tom, the question that I've got, Tom, wait, hold on, Staffy. Let's take it back to the football. Yeah, the question that I've got, Tom, is if you don't get Lavia and we end up getting Lavia, who is gonna play CDM, bro? And don't tell me McAllister.
They don't have an answer.
Curtis Jones
in the squad right now. It'll be
Curtis Jones.
In the squad right now, it'll be McAllister. Based on how we set up last game, McAllister would be chucked in at DM alongside Trent, and then we'd end up with Cody Gakpo at centre mid because that's gonna work fucking well, isn't it? And Dominic Szoboszlai is the other centre mid.
What I'm hoping for is a here we go for Lavia tomorrow. See him at the Bridge playing on Sunday. Last week, he was on the bench for Southampton. I watched their game against Sheffield Wednesday. He was out of the team the other day. He's been training. He's raring to go. And I need to see a little presentation of my boy Caicedo. And I need to smoke you, man. because I'm tired of these draws. Yeah, and I'm tired of you Liverpool fans piping up any chance that you get. You lost out on Levi Colwill. I told you he was never signing, so you can hold that. Yeah, I hope we take Lavia off of you lot. I hope we take Lavia off of you lot.
Wait, no, wait.
You know what I'm saying?
State names. State names.
What do you mean state names?
I didn't want
all of you lot were trying to plant seeds in our head saying, oh, Levi's not going to sign. Levi doesn't want to stay. I told you those videos mean nothing. I told you guys those videos mean nothing. I came out at the time and I said, if Levi Colwill comes out and says he's definitely staying, he loses all his bargaining power. I done said it on here that Poch just needs to have a conversation with him. And what happened? He had a conversation and Levi's here for another 6 years on 100 bags a week. You guys are in the mud. I was saying you guys can compete for the league again, but you guys are in the mud. I don't know how you're going to get out of this mud. I don't know how you're going to get this ownership out, but I don't know how you're going to outmuscle us out of this Lavia deal, because we've been onto him since last summer. So good luck trying to outmuscle Chelsea if we really want him. As it stands right now, Lavia and Caicedo midfield is what it's looking like.
It's going to be...
I actually think Liverpool will pay up.
We look shambles any way we try and do this deal now. Like, the way we've handled this, there is no good outcome for us, because we have made it so abundantly clear that we don't think Romeo Lavia is worth £50 million. That if we end up spending 5 weeks negotiating to ultimately pay the £50 million, if not more, because we've taken the piss out of Southampton for the past 5 weeks, that's going to look even worse on this football club. If we back away from it after spending 5 weeks, we leave with nothing, which looks even worse on the football club. Nothing. There is no way. There's no way that this football club can end up getting out of this.
Do you know what it is, though, Tom? Do you know what it is, yeah? Right now, I am waiting for Liverpool to come back and see how they react to this situation.
We'll be like little bitches who go, sorry, Southampton, here's the money, take it, we're so sorry. Oh, this is like Diaz again, this is like Nunes again, it's like Gakpo again, we'll just give you the money now, which was pointless, because now it's going to be irrelevant, because my manager's not going to play him against us. I know my manager. We are going to take our time getting this deal done. So, Romeo Lavia, we could agree.
You can't take your time. You can't take your time.
No, but Don, you're acting like you don't know Liverpool football club.
That's for you, Tom. Read the super chat out, bro.
I'm going to have to hold this for being smug last season on Rivals. How was I smug last season? We finished outside the top 4. If you're on the year before, I was, yeah. Last year, I was.
You know...
It says here, Don's face is making me laugh. He's trying not to laugh. The whole time he ain't doing it. There he is. Roms is joining us as well.
Oh, hey,
yes,
it's Romy boy, Rommel.
This feels like, I want to say this in a very nice way. This feels like, I don't know who should be laughing, because I don't know about everybody else's cultures around the world, but is it okay to laugh at a funeral?
No.
If you hate
it's not okay, Terry. You should be sympathetic. You should be
Tommy Egan, man. You show up to that.
Listen,
should be encouraging me right now.
Listen, Terry. After the funeral, you go to the little hall. After you laugh, you dance. We're laughing right now. We're dancing right now.
Go to the wake.
Funeral hasn't happened yet.
This is what you do.
Laughing at the pre-drinks at the funeral.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Yep. I'm going to Liverpool's funeral to make sure they're dead. I'm checking they're dead, bruv. I'm making sure it's real. Do you know what I'm saying?
And then after you finish checking they're dead, you go to the wake and chirps their missus, bruv. That's what we're doing today.
That's what Don is doing. Don is going to touch
it. Do you know what, though, Tom? By the looks of it, any one of us could get Tom's missus tonight, the way she's going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Tom, do you know what it is, though? Like, the reason why I've got a little bit of chest when it comes to Lavia is because I know how long we've wanted him, and Joe Shields has been persistent with this guy from last summer. And the fact of the matter is, we've come in. Hold on. Joe Shields is the guy that brought him to Man City, bro, and then he brought him to Southampton, and now he's trying to bring him to Chelsea. He's the guy that brought Lavia to England from Anderlecht. He's the guy, and he's at Chelsea right now. But how I look at it right now, Tom, is that we've come with a serious bid, like a first bid. We've come with 48 million, including add-ons, right? I don't think that's going to get accepted, in all honesty, but I can see us going up again. I can definitely see us going up again. So I can see this one getting wrapped up.
Watch them accept that bid to spite us.
Yeah,
because we wouldn't pay 50, they'll accept 48.
We're going to do some more super chats in a minute. Rom's here with us now, Liverpool fan. What are you saying, bro?
It's an embarrassing night. It's an embarrassing night. I wasn't that optimistic about our transfer window as it is. I thought it would be Lavia at the least. Obviously, I know we need centre backs as well, but I thought it would be Lavia at the least. But I was out having a nice dinner with friends, and Don calls me up. I was oblivious about this bid. Don called me saying, no, we're hijacking your Lavia deal. I said, no way. I knew there was a possibility, but I said, no way, this can't be. He's like, yeah, and he's most likely going to accept it. It's a proper sad day, and the most worrying thing for me is that there's just no plan B. There's no plan B whatsoever. We flirt with Andre. There's no concrete interest. A couple weeks ago, there was Florentino Luis. There's no real concrete interest in that. I feel like, and this is going to be the most embarrassing thing, I feel like we're going to go back to previous targets from other windows, like your Mateus Nunez's, and I think it's going to get that bad. And it's a very
embarrassing thing if he hadn't just moved.
Listen, Mo Salah is good friends with Mendy.
What about this, guys? From Anthony, he says re-sign Arthur Melu.
Arthur Melu's got to move already. Arthur Melu's the Fiorentina. We can't even re-sign him.
Signed somewhere else,
oh no! There's a few more super chats here. This one from Honesty. He's a Liverpool fan. Says Klopp said if he doesn't get his transfers in and we have a bad season, he might consider leaving Liverpool, according to rumours. But he should to a degree, unless he's complicit. Look, managers will never always get everything they want. They can't just. And I know Lee Gunner and the people like him believe if they don't get one signing they don't want, they should leave and quit. But that would mean every manager would quit because Pep didn't get who he wanted this year because they went for Rice and didn't get him. So you can't have that logic all the time. But Klopp's at a point now where we know he's one of the best 2 or 3 managers in the world. He is not being backed. I know that he's made mistakes as well, and I'm defending him here as a Man United fan. But he has got to think about himself. You know, there are so many clubs out there that would give him money. And if Klopp left today, there are a number of clubs that have got managers, fairly new ones, that would consider sacking them for Klopp. Legitimately, I guarantee you, if you ask Chelsea fans privately and went, if Klopp was available now, would you sack Poch and bring Klopp in? I guarantee you 80% say yes. Like,
you know what I feel Klopp has to do now, right? And last summer and this summer, he's tried to go about it in an amicable way. We need centre backs. He's tried to call FSG out in a nice way, but I feel like he might need to do a Conte or Mourinho and just kick up a fuss because that's the only real way I feel we're going to get a reaction. Or he has to walk, but he can't just keep coming out and saying, "Oh, we need a centre back," whatnot. He actually needs to put the pressure on them now. And I know some of us have been calling for it for a long time, but this is the summer because we can't have just brought 2 players in, have 6 out. This massive exodus and. The way I see it is, I think if Klopp doesn't kick up a fuss this summer, I feel like he is complicit. I feel like he is enabling again. We know he said he needs a centre back. We know he said we need a DM, but this is the summer where you can't go about. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy. You can't be around the bush. He needs to take a stand this summer because end of the day, we know FG is the main problem, but he's gonna get the slack as well. He is the manager. He is in charge. So. Yeah. It's a very embarrassing day for our club.
We know that in the past, though, Jurgen Klopp has been complicit with FSG. You don't need to go back far. Go back to last summer when that man, barefaced, said to me in an interview, "Why do we need more midfielders? We have 9 already." And then name me Henderson, Milner, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Tyler Morton, Fabio Carvalho, Harvey Elliott. Out of the midfielders that he named last summer, out of the 9 midfielders he named last summer, 2 are left at the football club.
I hear you.
Where's Tyler now?
I want to ask you guys though about the thing with Klopp though. He's called you fans out for criticizing the club a few times now. Last season, he said, like, basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but the people that sort of tell him who he should and shouldn't pick are dumb. The other day, I know it had nothing to do with transfers and questions, swearing at fans. Now, some people have tried. I've seen some Liverpool fans online, Ben, how you doing, bro? Say, why people were angry just because Klopp swore in front of fans. He didn't swear in front of fans. He swore at them. And again, they were kids. Like, I'm telling you now.
With that situation, I think you went hand in hand. I genuinely feel like he needs to catch the coach, but the man just looks stressed. I genuinely believe
he does.
This window, he was just stressed as well. You're going to get some of our fans that try and cover up like, "Oh, we had a plane to catch. He had to catch the coach." He's genuinely stressed. This is a man that wants players.
Bro,
that is not
as a dad, I might not be. I don't know about Samuel, but I'm the only one on here who's a dad, right? I think none of you have got kids, right?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. I don't know how old. Like Sam, you never really sat back. I never really spoke personally with you, so I don't know.
No, I'm 25. I'm 25.
Okay, oh, you're a baby.
Investigation.
You at least 30. You at least 30. You ain't 25.
Literally, Samuel, you're lying. You've got
at least 30.
This is what
Don, you remind me of Bad Boys 2 when you said that. I can't.
That's where it's coming from. You're at least 30.
I can't say the full line, of course. I can't. But it's a great line. But like, yeah. Sometimes with your kids, you're in a bad mood, you've got work on, not feeling great, and the kids are going, you snap, and you're like, rah. That's what Klopp did. You could see this. He let his stress out at those kids for a split second, and yeah, it just reminded me. Yeah, like he's a stressed man. A lot of people calling him a liar here, by the way. They're saying there's no way.
Someone said he's 25 with add-ons.
I like that. We used to say in England, if like a lady lied about her age and said, I'm 25 and she looks a bit older, people say, yeah, plus the VAT. You won't get that if you're not from the UK. But yeah, add-ons is a good one for football fans. Some super chats here. Ad says, we all know Lavia is going to Liverpool. Their last bid wasn't even far off the asking price. Don't forget that Liverpool was actually doing very well at the end of the season and finished above Chelsea.
It just looks embarrassing, though, if we do end up paying the asking price after saying for 5 weeks we don't want him for that asking price. Yeah. If it takes Chelsea stepping in to go, okay, we'll pay the asking price, it just looks a bit stupid with the context of the situation considered. I know my manager. I know that if we signed Romeo Lavia tomorrow, he's not going to play against Chelsea on Sunday. He's not. So we are going to end up with Curtis Jones or McAllister at DM. So it is irrelevant 5 weeks earlier if we're ultimately going to pay the price that they wanted in the first place.
Honestly, this window, you've turned it into Ed Woodward's Man United in the last 5 weeks. It's crazy. And I guarantee you, the Man United boys on the stream identify 100% with the way your window's gone. It just feels like a Woodward window.
Do you know how bad it is? Our new DOF, there was like on Reddit when he got announced in like the Bundesliga Reddit, there was Köln fans, there was Wolfsburg fans, there was fans of clubs that I didn't even know existed laughing at us for appointing this man. And we all thought, oh no, it's all right. It's all right. He'll work something out. And then it turns out he just parties in Ibiza and answers the phone once a week.
Wait. Okay, so what happened? So you had Edwards, then you had Julian Ward. Where'd Ward gone? Flipping hell.
He resigned after a year.
Oh really? Oh man.
That's
in 2 years.
Considering how much money these people get paid per and no one actually gets paid weekly in football. They get paid monthly like everybody else. But how much they get paid to walk away tells you there's. Do you remember when Arsenal? They hired that guy, from Dortmund, and it looked like he was doing a good job, and then he quit. Really, that was when they were still being run poorly. That's why people like good people like at that level will leave. Honesty here actually came back to us and said, "Breaking news: Gundogan can leave Barca on a free if he is not registered in 4 days. I'll take him in a heartbeat."
There's another lever for them. They'll pull another lever and get another 100 million.
They're gonna get him registered. They're gonna get him registered. I can't see it not happening.
You know, one thing I will say about the Lavia thing, though, let's say we were to match Chelsea's bid, right? The only thing I would say, which is still kind of in our favour, Chelsea's main priority is still Caicedo, which I think they'll get. If they do sign Caicedo, you can probably correct me on this, Don. It'll probably be Caicedo and Enzo probably in that double pivot, right? He knows with us, he's going into a Chelsea team, potentially being a squad player. He knows if he comes to Liverpool and we match that bid, he comes straight into our team. And as an incentive, it's Euro year. So you don't really want to be a squad player. You want to be starting. Regardless of his age, regardless if you reckon he'll come in and hit the ground running for us, you want to be playing week in, week out. That is one thing I feel we can offer him that Chelsea can't.
We think Curtis Jones isn't a good DM. Trying to suggest Curtis Jones can't be the man who leads us at DM for the next year.
Do you know what it is, though, Roms? Do you know what it is, though, Roms? I would fully hear what you're saying right now if this was a conversation we had last week before Nkuku got injured and we tried to come in. But as it stands right now, things might have to change in terms of that formation because we haven't got Nkuku. And Kudus, again, it doesn't look like we're anywhere near to get that guy right now. I think he's close to accepting terms with us, but we're nowhere near, getting any sort of
We've got some new callers here, Abs and his mate. They're out in the car. I don't know what they're up to. How you doing, boys? You good? Keep it clean?
Yeah, fucking Liverpool, good. How are you, mate?
I'm not bad, mate. Who do you support?
Liverpool, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
how you feeling right now?
I mean, first of all, these owners are a joke. Fucking Lavia, you can't pay. You between the first and fourth bid, there's 8 million difference.
Straight up, man.
8 million. Are you taking the piss? Just pay the money. Just pay it. What's wrong with this team? I don't get it. Like, Man United go spend 65 million on the shittest player Mason Mount. Arsenal have 70 million. We can't pay 45 million, 48 million for Lavia. And then this guy as well. I don't know which one of you said it. One of you said we don't need Szoboszlai. Who said that?
I said it. You didn't need him before you needed the
What do you mean
DM.
we don't need him? Okay, name the number 8. Go. Name the number 8. Who do we have as number 8?
I don't care about who
Go,
you
name
have
it.
as a number 8. You could go get number 8.
Okay, who's the number 8 in Liverpool? Go tell me. Who's the number 8?
If you want to spend 70, you spend how
Who's
much?
the number
75?
8?
No, how much did you spend?
70
million.
So you up that 10 million, go get Barella.
Barella, okay, he's number 8. We still need a DM.
But my point is, I easily gave you a replacement around the same money to go out if you needed to go for somebody later. You can't think of a DM right now. Think of a DM once Lavia's gone. Who you getting? Go.
Tyler Adams.
What the fuck you laughing at, huh?
I put Barella.
What you swearing
I
out
put
for?
Barella and Szoboszlai.
Swearing out for? Don't get all mad at me.
Adams?
Bro, are you
No,
alright
you
in the
knew
head?
this. You
He
knew
said
this.
It doesn't matter who it is. Szoboszlai or
Charles,
Barella.
the wrong dude.
They're both number 8.
The number 8.
Bro, they're number
It's
8.
about
Who's
the
number
talent
6?
level. Are you trying to
number
be a
6?
top? Are you a top 6
And
team or are you a challenging team? What are you?
Wait. So you're saying let's start Curtis Jones at 8 or Harvey Elliott, 2 youngsters. It doesn't make sense. We need Szoboszlai, McAllister, and we need a 6.
I'm
And
saying
don't ask
the
me,
level.
Don't ask me who after Lavia. Go ask the owners. Why did they take this long? Go ask the owners.
You're trash.
And then to
You're
the
trash.
these guys in Liverpool who think they know everything about the club. Oh, do you know more than Klopp? Like, shut the fuck up. You guys know bullshit. You've been supporting these owners for 7, 8 years. They don't spend money. Klopp's done miracles. He's been getting fucking shit players turning into superstars. We
Get out, bro. Get out.
From the top 6 clubs. And then these communist mercs are like, oh, do you know more than Klopp? Yeah, shut up. Without the global fan base, these Liverpool fans that sit in fucking Melbourne, they're nothing. What? How many of you are there? There's way more global fans.
You're
Put
right.
that in your mind.
We're basically another Everton without the
Wait,
global.
listen, everyone with me. You're
They go, and here's the biggest Liverpool channel, Redmond TV or whatever. Bro, all they do is protect these owners so they can get fucking documentaries from Jordan Henderson, Firmino. Bro, no one cares. Go call out the owners. You'll have much more respect. People will respect you if you do that. Not just fucking protect them so we can make videos. Bro,
Wait,
this
everyone
shit
with
is
me.
all
You're Cam.
bullshit. Liverpool's
Cam, you
never
with
going
me
to
now
fix
as well.
up
Yeah, everyone
unless
with me.
Liverpool's never going to fix up unless we have fans coming on and speaking
Don't
like
worry.
this. Because for years,
KJ, enough
we
of the
had
Bob
fans
Marley.
speaking
Wait,
like
bro.
this for years. We need people to speak up. We need people to speak up. Hairline, by the way.
a thing.
Listen, my friend. It's gonna be all right, my friend.
Whose hairline? Hang on, Abs. Whose hairline you talking about?
Mine,
Yours.
bro. Oh, wait.
Mine.
He
I
said big up.
reposition mine. Mine's good, G.
Oh,
Yeah,
mine's
it's
fresh
good.
as well,
It's
man.
good.
I'm
The
wearing
forehead's
the
a
hood.
bit big now, but other than that, it's good. It's good, man. It's good.
My
Pretty good.
forehead, but my forehead's always been big. What's wrong with that?
It has been.
Yeah, nothing's wrong. I'm just saying it's big.
Nothing's wrong.
I'm just calling it out.
The guy with the red t-shirt. Get the fucking underwear out of your head. Fucking monkey.
Get what? Get what?
Rattle
Get the
fans.
underwear out of your head. The red t-shirt, cunt.
Get what out his head?
I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about, but yeah.
The do-rag.
Yeah, the do-rag,
do-rag.
man.
What's wrong with the do-rag, bro? What's wrong with the
Anyway,
do-rag?
we need to get back to work. But yeah, these Liverpool fans, bro, you start speaking up, and these people at Liverpool, they all protect the owners. They all protect everyone they want to just for the views, just to get fucking interviews exclusive from the club. So don't listen to them. Listen to fucking real people. Anyways, that's it. I'll leave you guys to it.
Cheers.
All right.
Take care.
Cool, cheers, mate.
In a bit. It got a bit weird. It got a bit weird at the end. talking about my forehead. The manager,
my do-rag.
But you guys see the point I tried to make?
Do-rag. He started getting personal, and the manager's bit easy. He's like, Terry, why you got a big forehead? It's like, well, my hair gets rubbed off on your mum's bedstead. Do you know what I mean? That's what happens.
No, but you see what happened there? You see what happened there? I gave him a very easy, like, who you could have subbed out if you didn't get Soboslai. My point,
to be honest, you gave him an 8 for an A, and Barella's not for sale though. So I kind of get his point like that.
But my point is, if you're a big club, I just said a big club, Barella is not for sale. But we know Inter sells if you put the money down. They just do. They have.
Not for 70 million, to be fair. Soboslai was on a release clause, so I kind of get that one.
But
your idea is put that 70 million in a world class.
You can go get.
I got your point.
Go get the DM. You can find eights. Eights are easy to think of. I can't think of good DMs right now.
Cam, do you know why? Cam, do you know why you're spot on as well, right? Because even before the sales of Fabinho and Henderson, and after the purchase of Szoboszlai and McAllister, we were willing to match the valuation of Levi Colwill. We were willing to go 80 mil for Levi Colwill from a lot of credible reports. So we do have the money there. People like we don't have money.
Yeah. Liverpool got money. They refuse to spend it. 100%. We've got some super chats here. First one says, "Don't do drugs, kids." I don't know if Abs and his friend, especially I don't know what he was having got done for. Like, take a do-rag off. What's wrong with you?
Take that thing off your head. I was thinking, what?
Hey, man was like 50 Cent. Why F me, man? Man was sitting there doing that.
He was so mad. You know what I mean? It's not my fault I lost my hair. Do you know what I mean? Rubbed it off on your mum's headboard. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't help it. Is Lavia deal the same as the VVD deal where we pissed off Southampton? Listen, there could be a bit of that. And this is what can happen sometimes. And you can pee players off because you ain't got it done yet. Chelsea come in and go, boom, bish, bash, bosh, done, and get it over the line. Liverpool are playing a dangerous game, honestly. Why they attack my boy Terry for? That's all right. Listen, on a real level, I got very, very thick skin and it doesn't really bother me.
You got thick hair too,
I like how I look. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I'm an old man now, but I'm a good-looking old man. It's all right. We'll still outscore most of our opponents. Yeah, but if you can't keep clean sheets,
what does that have to do with the DM? What does that have to do with the DM?
This season's going to be reminiscent of Klopp's first two. When it comes to our attack, I'm not worried at all. We'll be up there in the metrics with the Arsenal, the Cities, the Uniteds, whatnot. But it's going the other way, man. I'm petrified. I'm not going to lie.
To quote Lippy, who goes shot for shot? Are we playing tennis, bruv? That's archery. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I don't actually watch that show where I don't know who that lady is.
Cheyenne, yeah.
I don't watch the show. I watched when Expressions was on it. I did what I have to lie. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the Andrew Tate one because I'm like, this would be interesting. And I watched Lippy's because I follow him and he follows me. It was funny. I loved how he was doing football analogies and she had no idea what he was talking about. It's brilliant. 13th place Chelsea have more Paul than you clowns.
Wait, Terry, let me comment on this. People don't understand what pool is compared to actually putting money down. Yeah. Liverpool have pool. Don't get that question. Yeah, we just don't put the money down.
No, bro. You sound like that guy at the club who's clearly a 4. And he said, I can pull, bruv. I can pull, but I ain't got the money to buy the drinks.
I ain't got the money for the taxi fare. Do you know what I'm saying? No one's saying yes. I hear you. This year, Liverpool are much muddied as Lukaku going to you. Did you see the protest on the pitch?
That was amazing.
Yep,
that's absolutely
amazing. By the way, Man United fans are saying, "Oh, we should do a sit down after the game." No, if you want to get the Glazers out, storm the pitch every game. Storm the pitch every game.
Stop going.
I don't think we should encourage that.
Even if we lose the points, do it. Listen, don't attack anyone, don't hurt anyone. But honestly, if Man United fans storm the pitch 5-6 games on the bounce, and game got called off. And they said, we're not going to keep doing this until the Glazers sell. It would force a hand more than any hashtag or banner or green and gold scarf would ever do. But that's just my opinion. It says here that them ultras, Sambi Lokonga is available. Roms is Mont's having a meltdown.
It will has got off the phone to me. Yeah. He's at me, bro.
You know, with Mont. If you rewind just over a year ago, Jurgen Quad and all this stuff. You know what I mean? I remember he used to turn around and say, he goes, Man City, or I think it was either Man City or a DM or Liverpool or a DM. You've got to look over your shoulder for us and all this. We're coming. That man had so much confidence. I've won this. I've won that. Oh, mate. What a difference a year makes.
The thing is, though, Terry, this is what I'm saying, though. Liverpool fans don't learn, though. Like, this is going to be another example of getting brought down to earth. If we do get Lavia, that's going to be another person being added to that picture.
I need you to humble them on the first day of the season.
Can I
If you
just
don't
say
get them the first day of the
Can I
season,
just
I'll be
say
pissed.
back to that super chat? This is how much of in the mud we are. Lukonga starts for us right now. Lukonga actually starts for us right now.
Yo, Rom,
That's the most worrying thing.
I start for you,
He
man,
does.
right now. That's how peak it is. Put me in DM, bruv. I've run out of breath
Bro,
after 5 minutes.
I can't lie,
It's okay.
Roms. Gallagher starts
I'd rather
for you, man,
Sammy
right
on DM. He'll run more for the show.
I'm not gonna lie. Why do you think I got the top on? I'm putting on this shit. Goodness gracious.
Wow,
But no,
I'm not even
Samuel.
joking. I know he just took a job in Saudi, but Steven Gerrard starts for you right now.
Exactly.
Legit. Old man Gerrard.
Samuel,
You can't
Roms,
blame him.
you look like hard-working midfilders. You know, you missed out on Mason Mount. We've
know
got
what
another
you're
one.
saying.
Don,
We've got
I'm gonna
another
stop
one.
you there. I'm not having Gallagher.
Don't even finish off your sentence.
Please.
Don't even
Got
finish
another
off
one.
the sentence.
40, listen, 50 M's is
Yo,
yours.
Dom, we've got one as well, actually. Yo, we got one. West Ham won him. But if you want to get him in there quick, hey, listen,
We're
McTominay
all right.
available.
Scotty Mac, you know.
Beggars can't be
By the
choosers.
way,
Beggars
the
can't
they
be
reckon,
choosers, but we're still going to choose.
by the way, man, this Maguire's gone for 30 million, and he's also going to become the West Ham captain.
Build Moyes a flipping
Roms,
statue.
Legend. Moyes has become a legend at Man United this summer.
Literally the chosen
He really has. Boys, look, thank you all for coming on. Viewers, my super chatters, everyone who's joined in, thank you. Please hit the like button before you leave. I'm sure tomorrow
You missed
morning
the
when
super
I
chat there, the last one.
Oh, did I? Oh, was another one? I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Who's
one
this from?
last one.
We'll give Liverpool the true Egyptian king, El Neni. I like that. That'd be a good deal. We're back tomorrow morning. We'll have more content for you. In the afternoon, Big Steve and I will be on. I might try and get a little bit of Hussam on as well to react to this news. Top 6 show at 6, where we will be doing the season predictions as the EPL is upon us again. Football is back. Weekends are back. And it's great because honestly, I struggle when there's no football. And it is back. To all of my viewers, my members, my super chatters, thank you very much. Love you dearly. My panelists tonight, Cam, KJ, Staffy, Roms, Sam. Who else was on tonight? Little Tom was on the show with us tonight. Of course, Don was on the show. Abs and his mate in the car. They're very angry boys. Maybe they've got roid rage. I don't know what it is, but they seem angry. Matty came on as well from Australia. So thank you all for tuning in. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.